I need to put my phone on do not disturb. So back to the story. It was my sister's birthday, and I always get in trouble, y'all, on my sister's birthday. She a Scorpio. So her birthday time that week, Auntie always end up in trouble. Her birthday and my father, rest his soul, my biological father. On their birthdays, I get in trouble because I kick it extra hard. So not even my own birthday, but their birthdays, I get in trouble. So anyway, I'm um I'm in a situation where I uh I was running out. I'm looking down at my phone and I bump into this guy. And so when I bump into him, I was like, "Ooh, Lord, oh Lord," And he fine as wine. I ain't gonna lie, bald head. He wasn't even tall. He was kind of probably about 5'7", 5'8", but amen. He was fine. And so I looked at him. I said, and he caught me. So when I bumped into him, he caught me by my hips. And he said, "Watch out, little mama. Where you going?" I was like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I'm sorry." So he looked at me. So I had on, y'all, I love me some different color lipstick. And this particular night, I had on a real pretty, like, dark, sparkly blue lipstick. So he stopped and he looked. He said, "Oh, I love them lips." I said, boy, please stop playing with me. I'm probably old enough to be your mama. I said, you too young for me, sugar. And so he said, "What age got to do with it?" And I was like, "Oh, like, cougar activated." Hey, man, I had been a cougar about a few years then, but cougar was activated. And I said, "Boy, don't play with me." He said, put my number in your phone or whatever. They put the number in the phone. I'm talking about, again. And so we talked maybe like the first couple of conversations. We went out, very nice. I mean, dressed nice, smelled nice, everything. We 10 years apart, so it wasn't like I say cougar, but no, was it 10? I think ooh, I was probably about 40. No, it was before my 45th birthday. So I had to be 44 and he was like 34. Something like it was a 10-year difference. So, and that's been my story. Like that's why I had to retire because up until what, maybe maybe at 46, well, no, I take that lie back because the last one was 32. And I was like, but when Auntie fix up, Auntie fix up. But we ain't gonna, again, we're not gonna stay on Auntie and what Auntie got going on. But I'm retired. I'm retired. I'm retired. But anyway, so we had a conversation. So it was sort of like the conversation with Delicia and, oh boy, I was like, okay, I'm older than you, but the conversation was great. He was very, very transparent. Uh, Sagittarius, they fun and they go safe with it. They on their mind. And so very, very blunt, all that. So I said, what's up with you? What's your motive? And so he said, "Oh, I'm gonna get that." And I said, "What?" He said, "Oh, I'm with that." I'm like, "Wait a minute." So I'm just like, he's a little bit forward, but I'm not gonna lie, it was somewhat of a turn on because all you ever want is for somebody to be honest and brutally honest. Don't play games with me. Don't beat around the bush or whatever. Just be brutally honest with your intentions. And that's the first time that I had ever dated a guy who actually said what he wanted up front. And it wasn't in a disrespectful way. It was like, not like I want it right now or whatever, but that's my goal. And I felt like that was just so real to me. And I respected it. And it's a difference when somebody tell you something and it's coming from a place of disrespect. You always have to look at the intent. Now I think King took it a little bit far, saying I want to hit it forever, and that may be his goal. That even if I hit it, I want to hit it forever. I want somebody that I can be with forever, and he may see that. I do know people who have met each other and it was love at first sight, and they still married. And then you got people who've known each other their whole life and they end up getting married and then get divorced. So it does happen that way. So it's like this thing with King, I'm loving all the energy. First of all, I'm loving the fact that he's an alpha male. Second of all, I'm loving the fact that he took $20 and gave her an experience. He gave her a relief that she actually needed from the toxicity, from the back and forth, from hiding in elevators and all of this. I guarantee you that Iman is going to come and try to break that peace. I guarantee you that Brother King got some money. He got some change, some cha-ching money. And he may even know Iman. So now the only caveat to this is if he finds out that Delisha and Iman were messing around and Shayla's been rooting for him, will that change his perception of who Delicia is? That's the key word, right? I mean, that's the key thought right now. Is will he change the original impression, or will he look at it as, okay, I see why you were a savage now. I see why your walls were up. I see why you don't trust me. We're going to erase all that and start over from scratch. So it'll be interesting to see what approach he takes after he knows the truth, or if he finds out the truth, or would Delicia keep it 100 enough to tell him the truth about what's going on. I feel like this love month, y'all, auntie gonna be raw with you. Hey y'all, I'm back again, y'all. Let me turn on some air. Everything got hot in Texas now. Well, Texas weather, I tell you, is straight bipolar. But just a minute here. Let me turn on some air here on me. So this part three of my breakdown of King and Delicia. Oh Lord, oh, that's pretty. Hold on. Um, so hopefully I won't get interrupted again. I should have put on my do not disturb, but I didn't. So we go. So I forgot where I stepped off at. So I was talking about honesty. So honesty is also something that's very, very sexy when it comes to relationships or whatever. And I would implore, or I not, I don't know if I'm saying the right word or not. I'm all over the place. I would encourage people to really lead with honesty. Men, lead with honesty. Don't lead with your money. Don't lead with material things. Think outside the box. This love month, think outside the box with your significant other. If there's a problem with ED, if there's a problem with, from the female perspective, dryness, start researching other things. Don't let anyone make you feel bad about your situation. There are other ways to arouse and to please your partner other than just traditional sex. It could be that you include bedroom accessories, things like that. But don't be afraid to be open and honest. Don't make your spouse think that you're just not attracted to them anymore when really you're not being sexual because you just don't feel it because of medication, because of health, because of life, because of bills, because of stress. So open up those conversations and have them. There are some people who are absolutely meant to be together, and that marriage can work, that relationship can work if they just open up and talk to one another. Just have that conversation with one another about what's going on. Be real. Realness will get you very, very far in your relationship. And again, right now, I don't have a relationship and I'm cool with that. Like I said, auntie retired, amen. You know, I ain't gonna go into details about how much fun I had when I wasn't in retirement. I've never been a wild child or a wild woman or anything like that. But I just believe in that if you're with someone, if you care about someone, if you love someone, if you're with that person at that time, give the experience. Give the experience. Give the love. Give the passion. Because you owe them that. You know, give it your all. Give it your heart. Give it your everything. Don't half step with it. And a lot of people are doing that, and the relationship ends or they break up, and it's not because they don't love each other. It's because they're looking at what society tells them their beauty is. They're looking at what society tells them how they should move next or how they should operate next, instead of operating from a point of what makes me happy, what makes that person happy, and being honest when shortcomings and things like that come. So that's about it. That's all Auntie gonna say about it. I mean, just be true to yourself, be true to your person, and this the king thing. It's just beautiful to me. It really is. It's refreshing. It's warm and it's beautiful. It's like a I don't know. It's like we're living in a fairy tale. Even though Delisha done wrong and things of that nature, it's like it's beautiful just to see a man just to think differently. And this is the first time, other than the peanut butter and jelly sandwich, I'm not gonna ever forget the peanut butter and jelly sandwich because that might be still the most romantic thing I've seen in Skillana as far as between a man and a woman. That has the peanut butter sandwich still number one to me. And I love peanut butter and jelly. Yes, amen. And the second, this will be the second because the bike ride. I mean, to take you back to childhood just to be free, the wind going up against your face, up against your, I mean, it's just a beautiful thing. The bike ride, the walk in the sand and feeling God's air and God's grace, not being in a restaurant with cigarettes and a million conversations going on. Um, just to be, just to be. And if you're not at a beach, take her to a park. You know, there's so many other things that don't involve other people. And the synergy between the two of them, the energy, the vibe, it was just refreshing to watch it. I mean, it's just beautiful. So anyway, this love month, Auntie ain't gonna take up a whole lunch. And like I said earlier, y'all just continue to keep Auntie in your prayers because the show must go on. You must keep going no matter what's going on in life, no matter what obstacles you're facing, whatever it is, just keep going. And if you're not a king or you haven't been a king, it's never too late to be a king. So when I say king, I mean in every sense of the word. They picked the right name, the right title. He's coming with King Alpha Male energy for sure. And it's a beautiful thing. And you can create that in your own life. And women, you can create king energy and be a queen and do the same thing. Do something different with your man. Don't, from a female perspective, and I'm going to say this just based on how society is. You don't have to lead with sex. You don't have to lead with your body. You can be fully covered up. Amen. Don't lead with your body. Don't think you have to lead with that. Lead with something different. Give that man something different that he never had before. The person I was talking about earlier, he was, in the lifestyle, like, well, not lifestyle like that, because lifestyle means something else too. But he had the jewelry, he had the car, he had all of those things. But sometimes people are just looking for an experience. What can they find in you that's different than everybody else? With us, it was mainly the conversation piece. And we're still friends to this day. And it's like, I don't think in my life, I don't have anybody in my life, any relationship in my life where we hate each other, we dislike each other, there's animosity between us. Not one. Because we were, maybe we had bumps and hurdles during the relationship. That's why it didn't work out. But we always left with a place of respect. And really, when I got older, it really ends with a place of respect. Some of my closest friends now, well, not closest, we still cordial. I put it like that, because I don't know what to when you're done, you're done. But we're friends. They know they can come talk to me about their women. They can know I help them pick out the gift, all that good stuff. I'm gonna tell you to try to stay with her, work it out. That's how it is. Because I truly believe just because something didn't work out between you and that person doesn't make you enemies. That person is a part of your history. That person made you stronger, whether it was good or bad. They made you stronger. They made you wiser. Learn the lesson from that relationship instead of demonizing the relationship. What did you get good out of that situation and keep it going? And my goal is for my life, I'm not in a rush for anything. My goal is I want my next relationship, I want it to be my best friend. I want it to be somebody I can talk to about anything. When I'm venting, when I'm mad, when I'm overthinking, a friend, not just, somebody who's trying to get something. And if they are, say that, whatever it is. And that's all I'm gonna say about that. And I'm just, I'm excited to see where this is gonna go. I love a good love story, y'all. My favorite movie in life is The Notebook. I love The Notebook. That's one of my favorite. Um, it's another one with Jack Nicholson and somebody. Is it as good as it gets? It's one of those. And then the next love story that I love me some Gone with the Wind. All 5 or 6 hours of it. I forget how long it is. I love Gone with the Wind because I still feel like at the end, even though Scarlett, the way that Rex went after her, the way the Rex wouldn't take her feistiness, and he still went after her, even though she was like, even like King says about the savage thing, how Rex was able to see the savage in Scarlett. But even though she was a savage, he still seen that sweet little girl. Like when he named her, he still seen Bunny in her. He still seen that goodness. And I truly believe if there was a part two, I don't even know if there was a part two. I didn't watch it if it was. I feel like they still would have ended up together because they understood each other's craziness, their savageness. Y'all, love is a strange thing, but it's worth taking the risk. If you really believe in that person, if you really see something in that person, it's worth taking that chance. And if you're already with that person, you've already made vows to that person, do your due diligence. If it's something like sexual or financial or whatever, do your due diligence to try to work it out. Because the grass not greener with somebody else. Why not try to work things out with who you're with now? That's all Auntie got to say. Auntie gone, I'm finna go get me a cookie, even though I don't need it, and get back on these skits. Because, baby, the skits was skidding today. I love you, King King. You're not gonna bring Auntie out of retirement. I'm telling you that. But boy, you doing your thing. I tell you that. You're doing your thing, King. Amen and amen again. I'll talk to y'all later. It's been lunchtime with Auntie. Bye bye.